Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Alright, I need y'all to buckle up because we're going back to the world of bad fan films. About a year or so ago, I made a video about a really bad fan film. Maybe you've heard of it.
Told you guys you'd be late. Thanks, Harry. How you been, buddy? Couldn't be better. Hey, what do you think of the Fu Manchu, huh?
I was convinced for a while that Lotus was the worst fan-made project I've ever seen, but the one we're talking about today might snatch that title. And most of the reason I wanted to talk about it was because it has to do with Power Rangers. Yeah, that's right, Power Rangers. Put your clothes back on. I'm over-explaining the lore of a children's show. Now, I have to expose myself a little bit here. Probably the most consistent obsession I had through my childhood and even through some of my adult life has been Power Rangers. I spent most of my childhood begging my parents for the new toys and action figures like every single year, which I'm sure was fun for a struggling lower middle class family in the mid 2000s. I don't care if we're losing the house, the Power Rangers are ninjas now, so chop chop. I've even used some of my adult money to heal my inner child a little bit. Is there a reason I needed either of these? No, but it's cool and it makes me happy. How would y'all feel if I just do the rest of the video with this on? So all that's to say, as somebody that's consumed every piece of Power Rangers media for better and much, much worse, I was shocked when I discovered this movie from 2017 that I hadn't seen yet. And no, not the Power Rangers movie from 2017. That was a good one, in my opinion. The only bad thing I'd say about that one is that we never got a sequel to it. Thanks a lot, Hasbro. No, the one we're talking about I caught wind of on Twitter and then actually found it on Tubi, so you know it's going to be some heat. So it's called MMPR The Last Ranger Parody 7, and it's like a gritty apocalyptic take on the original Mighty Morphin story. I genuinely don't know what the 7 means, I'll be honest with you. If I had to guess, I would say 7 is the amount of dollars they spent making it, or 7 is the amount of minutes they spent writing the script, but there's no way of knowing for sure. So the movie starts off with a green screen, a war-torn city of Angel Grove. We meet this military lady, Emily, who had to use her scanner to make sure that this guy laying in the middle of the dirt was actually deceased. So we're already off to a great start. And she gets cornered by the bad guys, the putties, who now look like they've joined Scientology. I just want you to see how easily she's captured. What was that? Is that all you, that was all you had? If this is like the best the military has, it's no wonder this world needs the Power Rangers. But don't worry, because the last Ranger is here to save the day.
Get out of here.
Yeah, my hero. I'm sure the fight choreo can get better as the movie goes on, right? So this is Jason, and he's played by Paulo Carason, who is also the director, writer, and fight choreographer for the movie. And I'm sure after hearing that, you probably think this is like a passion project from a lifelong fan, and I probably just look like an asshole making fun of it. I mean, that second part's probably still true, but if you take one look at Paulo's filmography, you'll see that he does a lot of these like low-budget action flicks, most of which he also made himself. So I think the only difference between this and his other movies is that this has a familiar IP to it for a quick cash grab. What? The only cool things in his filmography was being an extra in Bridesmaids and an actor in an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die. They should bring back 1,000 Ways to Die and then make a new way to die, which is watching this movie. So since Paulo wants to show off his action martial arts skills, let's check some of it out, shall we? Wow. I can't believe I'm not watching a Jackie Chan movie right now. I can't tell if they're slowing down the footage on purpose or if they're just actually moving that slow. That whole sequence was 4 minutes, and I feel like it could have been 2.5 tops. Even after they fight, Jason and Emily look around for like 20 seconds before anyone even says a single word.
See, you have a supernova beam gun.
One of the first things you'll learn from watching this movie is that writing with time efficiency is not one of Paulo's strong suits. What? So we find out Emily is a part of this alliance that's trying to save the world from evil, and she's also looking for her friends and family, which she'll remind you of basically every time she's on screen.
I'm looking for my friends and family.
Let's go.
Not until I save my friends and family.
So Jason calls out to see if there are any survivors in the area, and we get to meet this movie's version of Alpha. So you might remember Alpha, the little robot that like helps the Rangers out from the command center. So let's see how he's adapted here.
Come in, Alpha 6.
That is a person. I don't think that's a robot. Imagine if you watched Transformers and Optimus Prime was just a guy like painted blue. What I don't get is how they went through the effort of making this whole costume for Alpha and then just didn't make like the saucer head for him. So no head. So they're heading back to the Alliance headquarters, but first we get a flashback from Jason.
How you doing, Trini?
I'm all right.
Dude, come on.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Paolo went to the Riverdale School of Fate. Yeah, they pass for like 15-year-olds, right? So this scene tries to tackle like the child soldier trope and like how messed up it is that Zordon entrusted the fate of the universe to teenagers. And there have been Power Ranger stories that tackle it very well, but none of them are this one.
Why us? Why teenagers? But these coins, these power coins, they chose us for a reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and not be like, well, actually, that's not how it is on this show. But the power coins were never destined to go to certain people. Zordon and Alpha basically found the power coins and then would just bestow them upon whoever they chose. And we saw them go between different users throughout the series. But I feel like trying to use the child soldier trope alongside like being destined to save the world doesn't really work that well. Like, I'm sorry, but if this coin says that you are destined to save the universe, I don't care about your math homework. Get it done. I'm only excusing it because it gives us like one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie, so we'll get to that soon. But we hear another concern from Trini that also has me a little concerned.
It's that big blue creature.
You mean Goldar?
I always feel like he singles me out of the group first. It's like he's toying with me, like some sick fetish game he likes to play. You know, when I'm in my suit, I could detect strong heat vibes coming from him to me. I hate him.
I'm sorry? So like, is your way of making the story more mature and edgy just implying that Goldar wants to like assault one of the kids? Because that's really fucking weird. I don't know why you would write that. I think that scene also inspired me to start writing, and the first thing I'm writing is my will, because I'm not going to survive to the end of this movie. So they finally get to the headquarters, and they pretty much line up reasons to show us that Jason's a good person. We have the war general that very clearly wants Jason to take him right then and there.
If you need any help at all from the Angel Grove Defense Alliance, I'm behind you 100%. If you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to. It's good to see you, Jason.
And then he sees his friend who both try and say their lines at the same time.
Jason. Damien, my good friend. How are you?
And then he consoles a child whose dad is missing. Like, we get it, Paolo. The Red Ranger can obviously never be a bad person, right? So this scene also establishes that the villain, Rita Repulsa, has the other power coins, and Jason needs to get them back. And of course, Emily also has to come along so she can offer the acting range of a wet paper towel.
Jason! Where are you going?
Back to work.
Take me with you. I'll be your eyes and your ears.
And I know it's not fair to make fun of actors in fan films, but like, you can try a little bit. So following that, we're finally introduced to Rita Repulsa and Goldar, which...
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
My Empress, we are ready to attack at your command.
Soon, Goldar.
I don't even know where to start, honestly. I know the original Rita Repulsa look was a little out there, but it had personality. This looks like something a mom threw together to like pass out Halloween candy. And then you have Goldar with his Brazilian blowout.
As you wish, my Empress.
You want to know who else hates the Power Rangers?
My mom!
Anyways, that guy Damien from earlier finds the war general from earlier and tells them, you know, we can't wait any longer. We need to attack. And the only reason I'm even bringing up this scene is because it's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in a movie.
This war is almost over. And I'm not gonna risk any more lives trying to kill one woman.
Woman? Don't compare her to us. She's one evil witch of a bitch. She's one evil witch of a bitch.
You couldn't have just said, hey man, she's bad. Like, I also just think we need to normalize that phrase. Here, I'll start. Hasbro's an evil witch of a bitch for canceling the Power Rangers sequel. Your turn. And I think the real cherry on top of this shit shake of a movie is how long it feels like it's taking to watch. Because if you're watching this in real time, I just got to the 18-minute mark of an hour-long movie. And I'd say so far it's maybe felt like 2 years or so. I'm gonna miss my kids getting into kindergarten because of a Power Rangers fan film, and I have to live with that. But we can't stop yet because we still have to meet the Power Rangers mentor, Zordon. The unfortunate thing here is the concept of Zordon is always prone to looking a little silly, but I'm sure Paolo's got this one under control, right?
And this is Zordon. He's an intergalactic humanoid trapped in a time warp.
Welcome, Emily.
I don't know what else I expected. It's literally the same thing I had to say about Alpha. That's just a person. Usually they try to give Zordon the effect of looking like he's in like his time warp and everything, but this one just looks like he's calling through Zoom. What if Zordon was never actually like stuck in a time warp and was just working from home this entire time? Rangers. Rita repulses attacking the city again. Hang on 1 second. Are you good? Can you shut up for a second? Get back to your room. Don't let me have to get out of this chair and come over there. Not to mention the sound effects completely drown out whatever Jason was saying.
He's an intergalactic humanoid.
Like he doesn't actually know what Zordon is and like just trailed off when he showed up. So I'm gonna skim over this scene because it's mostly just Emily asking questions about Power Rangers and Zordon answering with the weird changes that Paolo made to the story.
There was a great power created by the cosmic energy of the universe. By harnessing the power of the ancient gods in the far regions of the galaxy, the Zetas created 6 power coins.
Which, to give a very brief rundown, the power coins were made by Ninjor and then found by Zordon and Alpha.
Why do you guys have different colored suits? So what you're telling me is if you take a yellow power morpher and put a Tyrannosaurus power coin in it, you'll get a yellow Tyrannosaurus?
Thanks, Emily, asking all the important questions. Like, before this, you know, I never would have considered what happens if you put a Tyrannosaurus... What did she even say? My favorite one is about the Green Ranger having the dragon shield.
After the Zetas created the Dino power suits, they prayed to the Light God for an extra shield of protection. Each Ranger possesses their own shield.
What happened to your shields?
Thousands of years ago, there was a war. The warriors that possessed the power suits at these times had their shields destroyed. The only shield that was left was the dragon shield.
You want to know the reason why Tommy had the dragon shield? Because it was cool as fuck. Tommy was cool. He was cooler than the main 5, so he had the dragon shield to show that he was cooler than the other ones. So fast forwarding a little bit, we find out the Alliance was actually evil, and Jason gets ratted out by Emily.
How could you do this to me, Emily?
I had to, for my family and friends' survival.
You will die for this.
You know, you think you know somebody for an hour and then they just like steal your morpher like an asshole. So Damien's on this like power trip and then they fight or do whatever this is. You know, I have a pretty good idea of how you all can stop him. Use your guns. You can shoot him. He's wearing jeans. Shoot his knee or something. I don't know. So all this leads to my favorite scene in the whole movie. Damien decides he's going to try to use Jason's morpher and become the Red Ranger. And I'm just going to show you what happens.
It's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus!
Why did he do that? Not even in the movie. Why did the actor do all of that? It's almost like he didn't even watch the show when he took like the part. Just like explained what they look like when they morph and he tried his best. And after maybe a half hour of grueling torture, we finally get to see a Power Ranger.
I'm the chosen one. It's morphing time!
Tyrannosaurus!
You'll never get this power, Damien.
I'm sorry, what?
You'll never get this power, Damien.
What was that?
You'll never get this.
Now, to give credit where credit is due, the suit's not that bad. Like, it's kind of cool. I'll give him that. And I'll also give partial credit because this next fight at least tries to be a little different. Keyword tries to be. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think a Power Ranger should be like that that bloodthirsty. And maybe I'm old-fashioned, but like I don't want to see a Power Ranger get out their power blaster and then like slice somebody's throat with it. Do you remember in the original show where like the sparks would go everywhere once they got hit? So after that, Jason's next fight is with Goldar, who gets his own convoluted backstory.
20,000 years ago, Master Vile invaded my planet Laflagua and destroyed my colony. Now, we are all prisoners of the Emperor and my mom! And after you're dead, I shall return back to my people. So you see, Jason, you have to die.
Well, it's just me and you, Goldar.
My name is not Goldar, I am Fonturo!
On this planet, you're a blue monkey.
Oh, Jason, hey, pull it. Throwing slurs around, not using Goldar's preferred name. I think we know where this Red Ranger was on January 6th. He was probably there with all the other Red Rangers that wanted to be there on January 6th. So Jason and Goldar do battle, which I'm sure you're upset I'm not posting the full unedited fight, which I would, but it's just like too good for the human eye to comprehend. So I'm trying to like save you guys the trouble, you know. Thankfully, we get a break from that because Rita breaks into the command center and we see her fight Alpha, which I only enjoyed because Zordon's face was just there the entire time. Like Zordon's just emoting while his homegirl is getting her ass beat. Anyways, Jason gets the upper hand on Goldar. I mean, Fonturo, sorry, with this epic display of martial arts.
That's all you got, Goldar. How about this? Yeah.
Right foot creep on.
All right, so Jason stopped Goldar, and now he just has to...
I can remember it like it was yesterday, especially your precious Trini. The way she screamed as I tore her limb.
What's happening
with
here?
my own bare hands, and then I ate her heart.
You lie.
There's no way he's about to...
Do I lie?
Rita! You're next!
I just thought maybe there would be like sparks or an explosion. Don't worry, I promise we're getting close to the end. So the next scene is Jason finding Rita Repulsa, and it's the most confused I've been this entire time, which is really fucking saying something. So she reveals that Emily has been under her spell the entire time, and then also shows that her life force is connected to this candle, where she will die if the candle runs out. Which I know sounds like a dumb plot point, but it was actually from the original show, so Tommy had actual like significance to the plot because he was the coolest Power Ranger, let's be honest. Comparatively, I forgot Emily even existed until like we talked about her again. But what I don't get is that Jason says he's not going to trade Emily's life for the rest of the planet, and then Rita just changes her mind.
I will give you back, Emily. You've proven to be a worthy opponent.
And if that wasn't enough, we find out that she's still under Rita's spell anyways.
You're about to feel the wrath
of Rita's magic.
So what was the point of any of that at all? You could have just had him find Emily, find out she's under Rita's spell, then she turns into this katana ripoff and they fight. You could have cut all that shit out.
What have I done? Help me.
Emily, it's over. You're safe now.
Jason, I'm scared.
Emily, come with me.
Zip for you.
Damn. Well, you said she was free to go, though. Dude, my fucking head hurts. I can't do this anymore. Of course, we're still not done, because the movie also wants to introduce Tommy Oliver, who's living off the grid for some reason. I guess being a ranger doesn't afford you an apartment these days, which is also true for a lot of the actors, but anyways. Rita finds Tommy and offers the Green Ranger powers and Kimberly coming back to life if he helps her.
But this power is damaged.
Trust me. I recharged it.
Wait, didn't they already say that Rita had all the other power coins except for Jason's, but Tommy still has his power coin, it's just damaged? Whatever, that's... I don't even fucking care. Whatever, let's just move on. So we get this heartfelt scene where Jason and Alpha want to get Emily back, even though they've literally known her for a day. But then we get a surprise visitor.
Now what?
Corcus, it's good to see you.
Who are you?
I am Corcus from the planet of Aquitar.
I know this is lore accurate, but it still felt like a glup shitto moment and made me laugh. Greetings, Rangers. It is I, Beep Schmop, from the planet Zingtopium. We're here for Hasbro to punish them for canceling the Power Rangers sequel.
I'm here to tell you that your powers are not enough to defeat Master Vile and Lord Zed. You need a stronger power to defeat them. You are the last Ranger.
That's the name of the movie.
If you do not retrieve the Zeo Crystal before Master Vile, he will be unstoppable. You must travel to Master Vile's galaxy, to planet M51.
Go get it yourself, man. Like, come on, we're busy over here. I know, like, they need a water source to leave their planet, but, like, bring a Stanley. Oh, also, Corcus says the thing wrong.
Goodbye, my friends. May the power be with you.
Actually, it's may the power protect you, dumbass. I don't know why he said it like it was a Catholic thing. So Jason realizes he'll need all the help he can get, so he finds Tommy and tries to convince him to walk away from Rita. So they have a fun little fight.
Tommy, listen, you have to help me. I have a situation.
What makes you think I give a shit about you?
But then he decides he's had enough of this.
Don't even think about it.
It's morphin' time. Dragon power.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's Green Ranger time.
No!
Oh, to be continued from a 2017 project. Man, fuck this. I'm gonna watch 1,000 Ways to Die. Kind of makes me wonder if he was even gonna make more and like the to be continued was like a stylistic choice. But either way, it's probably for the best that we didn't get anything else from this universe because it wasn't really good at all. And like I said, if this was just like a passion project from a lifelong fan, I wouldn't have even talked about it. But it's hard to even see it as like an homage or a tribute because he changes so many things that make zero sense. It just felt like Paolo was using the Power Rangers IP to make the same low budget action movie that he always wants to make. And I think the fun thing about good fan films is that they take what we already know and try to build on it or show it from a new perspective. Then again, I don't think any amount of good writing could have saved the acting or the fights that looked like they were posing mannequins. So I'm here to tell you that if you want something to remember the Power Rangers series by, you can just go watch Power Rangers. Luckily, most of the series is available for free on YouTube and Pluto TV and things like that. So it costs nothing to relive your childhood for better and worse. Oh, and you want to know what else is on YouTube for free? The 2017 Power Rangers movie is free on YouTube. I promise you any bad things you've heard about that movie were dead wrong. It's fun. It's a good time. I'll forever stand by it being a good movie that people were dead wrong about. Hasbro doesn't know what they lost, and for that they can suck it. So that's gonna be everything for me for today. I know this was more of like a niche video about my interests than like trending drama going on, but sometimes it's good to make a video that I actually have fun talking about for my own mental sanity. So thank y'all for watching today's video. Make sure you leave a like and comment if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell would mean the world to me. And there's more Power Ranger stuff I want to buy to heal my inner child, so you're doing a good thing by subscribing and supporting the channel. I'm mostly joking. So thank you all again for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Later.
In the house for a very long time. Never I cease, I get better like wine. Soul searching, found me online. No end of my reach, got a hand on the skies. Stop being so emotional, what you smoking on? Last time I open up, you can't roll with us. If you want peace, go and throw up the sign.